Hi, I'm Jeff Albrecht, and we're here at the Holiday Inn in Portsmouth, Ohio. And I've invited some of my friends and people from the community to sit and talk with me, and we've been talking about one of our local hometown favorites and stars and good friend, Al Oliver. And we've been talking about Al and his opportunity to join many of his friends and buddies in the Hall of Fame. And so we've just been talking about some of the positive attributes, and my friend to the left, local physician and state representative Terry Johnson. Terry, what do you have to say about our get together today?
Thanks, Jeff. Al Oliver's a baseball legend. There's no doubt about that. His stats are competitive. Anyone that's in the Hall of Fame. But more than that, I know Al to be a good person in our community. I know that he is what baseball is supposed to be about. When I was growing up in the 60s and 70s, I looked up to baseball players and the game of baseball, and if you could have an ambassador for baseball and what it's supposed to be, this is the guy that you look to as the ambassador of baseball. Baseball used to be about character. It used to be about playing the game with talent and drive and leadership. Before the steroids, before all the bad things happened, Al Oliver embodied what it was to be an American baseball player. And then, here at home, I mean, this guy could have gone anywhere in the world. He could have moved to California. He could have moved over to New York. He could have been around all the big media types.
Yeah.
He came home. He came home to Scioto County, and when he came home, he did good things. Most recently, for me, in fact, when I first met Al, we were doing what we could do to make our community a drug-free community, to fight back crime and some of the negativity that's going on. Had lunch with Al for the first time, met him for the first time, and knew right away this guy was someone we had to have on our team. Found out he's in the Kiwanis, he's a minister, he does things for youth. I love that little patch you have for little leaguers, get on base, not on drugs.
Right.
That's the kind of guy he is. If you look at, if I were in charge of baseball, I'd find a guy like Al Oliver. I'd run him out there for everybody to see, and I'd say, this is what baseball used to be, this is what baseball should be now. And if you look at a person that's deserving to be in the Hall of Fame, not just because of those solid stats, but also because of the kind of person he is, the kind of character he embodies, what he does for the community, this is the guy you're going to pick, Al Oliver.
I think that's absolutely right. And Al, I don't know how many times I've seen you at the beginning of baseball season for the kids, where you've been out there making those opening remarks, and it's just so warm. It's such a warm feeling to see the faces of all those kids when they look up to you, and truly a star, somebody from our hometown, somebody that we would like them to grow up to be like, to give those positive words of encouragement, fair play, and sportsmanship. And I think that's just a very small thing that you do for the community, but it's something that I'm especially proud of you. The community has recently named you our ambassador for all of the work that you do for our community. Matter of fact, every time I see you, I call you Ambassador Oliver.
Right. I appreciate that.
Well, it's
great
because,
compliment.
Well, you're a great person for doing that. A great athlete and a great star in baseball, but you're a great person. You still go out and speak up for our community and try to do everything you can to help it. And like Dr. Johnson just said, ambassador to baseball, I think you ought to be Ambassador Oliver, not just the city of Portsmouth, but for baseball, because you bring good words, good feelings about America's favorite sport. So we certainly appreciate all your efforts, and we're here to try to do what we can. Zach, I think you have some thoughts on his statistics and to talk about the baseball part of Al Oliver.
Right, yeah. First, I want to explain the process to the people watching this, why we're here, and how it works for Al to go to the Hall of Fame. Al falls under the expansion era, which is players from 72 now, or
73.
73 to present day. And Al only has a chance, the way it's currently set up, to go to the Hall once every 3 years. And in order for this to happen, there's a committee that's called the Historical Overview Committee. And it's made up primarily of writers, and they get together once a year, but for different eras. And then this 2014 is for the expansion era. And they compile a list of 10 or 12 players that they think are not in the Hall of Fame currently that maybe should be. And once they compile a list, another committee, which is the expansion era committee, and is primarily made up of current Hall of Famers that are players, they can vote on that list. They can vote for anybody, or they don't have to vote for one player. But there's 16 votes. Al has to get 12 to get nominated into the Hall. So that's why we're here. That's why the petitions are out there. That's why social media is created, is to create awareness as to why we're doing this. And our primary goal right now is to get Al on the ballot. With the good news about that, in 2010, the last time he was eligible for this, he did it without any of our help. He was on the ballot last time. So we're just for the extra encouragement. That's what we're here for.
Well, Al, what do you think?
Well,
I know
first
you had
of
a
all-
lot of years, and a lot of good years in baseball.
Yes, I was very fortunate to have had a fine career. Basically, didn't get hurt, which was a lot. Had a chance to play with championship teams pretty much throughout my career. Of course, in Pittsburgh, I was able to play for 5 divisional championships, including one world championship in 1971, which was led by the late, great Roberto Clemente. And when I look back at my career, it was a strong career as far as winning. When we didn't win, we were even in contention. Even when I went to the Texas Rangers, and in Montreal, we had a great team that most people thought that we should have won. You know, a lot of people ask me why I'm not in the Hall of Fame, and I really can't give them a particular reason. You know, I usually just tell them that it's just not my time yet, and I've just left it up to God.